there are so many that go out with lunchbox. They go out with lunchbox. This same girl cook and package the food in the lunchbox for them to go out. And when they are eating it in the afternoon, they don't remember you, the wife. They remember the maid that prepared the food. Ah, this girl can cook. This girl is a very nice girl. They are eating and they are remembering the girl. So what are you remembered for? The last kiss you. Hello everyone, you are welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Treasures Dynasty, where we discuss relationship, marriages, how to make it work. We look at those things we are not doing well. We try to adjust ourselves, correct ourselves, and making sure that we live that life that Christ wants from us, and also pleasing our husband in that regard. So today's topic is bomb. Today's topic is bomb. I want you to sit back, relax, and watch to the end of this video. And when you do, believe me, you'll be blessed. Having said that, straight into this. What we are going to talk about today is what is so fascinating about this your maid. What is so sweet about this your maid? What is so triggering about this your maid that will make your husband to have, in fact, to go to bed with your maid, to have a relationship with your maid, sleep with your maid? What is that thing? Sometimes you look at the person and you be like, of all people, it's this girl that helps me at home that you choose to have a sexual relationship with. Sometimes they end up even impregnating the person and issues will start coming up here and there, and you will be asked to forgive for the marriage to go on. What actually prompts it? What actually makes it happen? What is that connecting effect between your maid and your husband? I know if you want to reason it, if you want to reason it ordinarily, it's out of this world. You'll be like, is it neatness? Is it dressing? Is it the appearance? What is that thing? What is that thing that my husband is actually seeing in this girl that I, as a wife, I don't have? Those are the things we are going to be discussing in this video today. That is why I said watch to the end of this video. Now, one, let me start with telling you that we as a woman, God created us to be very domesticated. We are domesticated in nature. Forget technology. Forget the way the world is now, whereby a woman has to be out there. She has to hustle. She really have to make things work for her family. She needs to support the husband. The essence of we as a woman coming into the life of a man is that support. And where does that support lies? Taking care of the children, managing the home, washing clothes, cleaning the house, cooking, making sure that our children are well taken care of, making sure that our homes are neat, making sure that everything you need to do as a woman is done. That is the primary purpose. Don't get me wrong, that is the primary purpose. God created us that way. That is why when you see a little girl from an early stage coming up, you see her start carrying dolls. How many times you see a male child carry dolls? You see this small girl start carrying dolls. She wants to put at her back. She wants to put in her tummy. Sometimes even like my little daughter would fold wrapper and put in her tummy. That's to tell you that it's inbuilt, it's there as a woman, that you must reprocreate. You should reprocreate. It's inbuilt. Cleaning the house is inbuilt. Sometimes you ask yourself, my male children, they don't do anything but the female. And that is why you see women begin to cry and say, I want to have a girl child as the first. I want to have a girl child as the first. And most homes, when you don't see that forthcoming, you now choose to say, okay, let me get a maid that can assist me. possibly because you are you're an 8 to 5 worker, just like me. Always outside, always busy with work. You don't have time for that house chores. You don't have time for house chores. So you want to get someone to assist you with the house chores while you rally around seeking for daily bread to support your husband with. Then, in course of doing all those things, you now find out that you might think you are making the right move, but something is going wrong in your home. Now, this our domestic nature has made it that even the husband, the man, also find you very attractive as a woman, also have this soft spot for you as a woman, seeing you putting the house in order. If you watch those days, these are part of the criteria they use when choosing a wife for husbands. These are some of the criteria. Like my own culture, they'll tell you that immediately they marry you as a wife, the first thing you will do, you go to your in-laws' house in the morning, you will sweep the entire compound. You sweep everywhere, the entire compound. You go to your own compound, you sweep everywhere. That is a kind of to tell you that the woman, she's domesticated. She can do these things without grumbling. She can do the housework without feeling that she's tired or whatever. That's the essence. That she can clean, she can cook. Even some cultures, they make you to cook good food for the first time in your husband's house. So the man have this kind of, he feels that he has this feeling that my wife, she's a good woman. You know, when they see a woman do all those things, they have those feelings that my wife, she's a good woman, she's homely, she's domesticated, she can put all those things in order. The man is drawn to you. He gravitates naturally to you. That is how men are wired. That is how they are. I know that things are changing now, and sometimes we look at our environment and we try to adjust. Now, what happens? It happens that after the marriage, you are a working class lady, you are working. Or you are a businesswoman, you have businesses you are running, you have kids, and you need someone to just bridge that gap between the time of you running your business and coming back in the evening. You need someone to clean the house. You need someone to take care of the kids, bathe them, feed them. You need someone to wash the clothes, take care of the laundry. What happens? The next thing, you find your husband start having feelings for this said maid in the house. Why does it happen? When this maid begins to clean the house, she wakes up in the morning as early as 5 a.m. in the morning, clean the house, bathe the children for school, prepare them for school, prepare the food, arrange the home, does everything a woman is supposed to have done, a wife is supposed to have done in the morning for the kids, send the children to school, bring them back, prepare food. She also serve your husband his meal before he leaves in the morning, and also serve you before he leaves in the morning. If this thing continues with time, your husband will now begin to find her attractive. Naturally, he'll be gravitating towards her. Why? Because of that homely nature. That homely nature she has. She's very obedient. She cooks, she cleans, she puts the house together, she arranges the home. Naturally, it will flow. Your husband will begin to have this soft spot for her. He will begin to see that it will now be as if she's now filling the gap. She's not filling the gap of a wife. You will be seated. You will be all seated. I know it doesn't happen to all men, but I'm generalizing it because it happens to most men. Most homes, it happens. Even some, without your notice, you don't know. It slides. Maybe along the line, the person leaves, but you never knew such a thing happened. So naturally, when you see those kind of, especially the one that she serves the food, she prepares the food and serves the food, and he eats the food and begin to comment, the food is sweet, the food is good, the food was prepared nicely, this girl can cook, Grace can cook, Grace prepared this food very well. He begins to comment on her cooking. He begins to comment on her laundry. Possibly, she washed this clothes very well. This clothes is neat. I knew how I messed it up in the office. But see how neat it is. These are things he's supposed to be telling you as a wife. And he is now saying it about a maid, even if he's not outrightly. Even if he's not outrightly saying it directly to the maid, but he is now he's now making such comment and such praises. He's now seeing the need of this person in his life. Before you know, any little advances such girl makes towards him, he goes. Any little advances she makes towards him, he goes, because men are wired this way, that no matter how strong you think they are, no matter how firm you think they are, sexually they are weak. They are like babies. Sexually, they are like babies. That's why you see a man, a tall, huge, dark, bold man, he's managed by a very small girl. He's managed by, if you see the girl that is in charge of his mumu button, it will shock you. These are the things. Sexually, most of them are living by the grace of God. Like the ones that have committed themselves to God, they've killed the flesh. Because if the flesh is not dead, they are in problem. So what are we saying? These are, sometimes someone will tell me, okay, what do we do? That's the big question. What do we do? You go ahead to bring your relative, sometimes it becomes the worst. You go ahead to bring someone outrightly from outside, that's a no-go area. You bring your husband relative, will you as a woman be able to tolerate it? You bring your in-laws, will you be able to manage it? These are most and many other areas we are not finding funny as a woman. When these things are happening, the man will forget that the essence of you going out in the morning is to support. The reason why you step out in the morning to put things in order is to make sure that the family have a better life, a brighter future. Not just to leave the burden alone for the husband, which is a very wise thing, and I always advocate for that. But I tell you, since you have found yourself in such situation, such thing as a woman, you just have to adjust. That is why God created us in a very dynamic way. You will learn to run in between. You will learn to run in between, walk in between your responsibilities. Still find that time to cook, no matter how tight it is. Still find that time to get involved in your house chores, even if you don't do everything. Still find that time to follow up with the activities that goes on in your home. Get involved. I know you might be tired. I know you might be like, did they work? That's why I have this person here. That's why I'm paying this person to do this for me. I understand. That's why I have a nanny. I understand. But once in a while, still get involved. It will go a long way to mitigate some things that would have happened in the future. Now, what is the second one? The next one is submissiveness. There is nothing that makes a man more happy than when he tells a woman, come, she comes. Go, she goes. Sit here, she sits. Stand up, she stands. Men 100% love being in charge. Men 100% they love being in charge. They see themselves as we are the head. So anything we say, whatever instructions we give, you must abide by it. You must do as I say. You don't have to go contrary to what I say and what I believe in. They love when women are, oh yes, master. Whenever you talk, you nod your head, yes, sir. Whenever they talk, you nod your head, yes, sir. Even sometimes, self, with that darling, sweetheart, if we can convert it to sir, 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 perfect. They'll be very happy. When they call you, yes, sir, sit here, yes, sir. What am I saying? They love being in charge. That's just my point. Men love being in charge. Now you have this maid that is humble to the core. Humble to the core. There are some maids that if you have them, oh God, you'll be asking, are there this kind persons, this kind good persons, do we still have them? You will see that you just tell them, do. Immediately you give that order, do. That is, they go ahead to do. Even the ones you didn't even ask them to do, they do because they want to please you 100%. You see your husband falling for them. Hey, before he wakes up, they've gone outside or checked his shoe rack, they've picked the shoe he will wear, they've cleaned it, they've washed the clothes, they've starched it, ironed it, hanged it somewhere for him. So you will see some homes they will be telling, Oga, you know this suit was the one you wore last week, so the other one, I brought the other one out for you. Woman, your home is going. Your home is going. With time, your husband will begin to see the need to go into that person. Not because he doesn't understand the consequences. Not because he doesn't know that what he is doing is wrong. But he sees it that this person is very submissive to me. This lady, whatever I say, she does it. Or this girl, whatever I say, she does it. But which is contrary to the wife. Contrary to the wife that possibly you guys are planning, seeing how you can build your home together. And because of that, there are one or two misunderstandings. But it will be now be tagged in a different way. So what am I saying? They see themselves falling for this girl that will always wake up in the morning, make sure they are okay, make sure they are well fed. Even there are some men that go out with lunchbox. They go out with lunchbox. This same girl cook and package the food in the lunchbox for them to go out. And when they are eating it in the afternoon, they don't remember you, the wife. They remember the maid that prepared the food. This girl can cook. This girl is a very nice girl. They are eating and they are remembering the girl. So what are you remembered for? The last kiss you gave, honey, goodbye. So I don't intend making this video very lengthy, but these are the two things I just want to tell you. Ask yourself how many maids, if you have a maid that is very stubborn, if you have a maid that doesn't listen to you, if you have a maid that gives you problem every time in the house, check, your husband will have nothing to do with such. Check very well. He will have nothing to do with such. But when you have this one that is holier than thou, very holy, very lovely, that even you will least believe that she can kill an ant. If someone should tell you that this girl can actually sleep with your husband on the same bed, you will say it's a lie. You can even vouch for her. Those are the ones that end up having sexual intercourse with your husband. Those are the ones that end up doing whatever because the man sees them to be wife material. So please and please and please, my women, I'll urge you to sit up. I know it's not easy. I always say it. I'll urge you to sit up. Please sit up. If we look at the story of Haggai, Abraham, and Sarah, you will understand what I'm saying. If Haggai was not that submissive maid, was not that homely, Sarah will not suggest it. Sarah suggested it because she saw Haggai to be someone that can listen to her, someone that will obey her. And possibly Abraham too also liked her. Because if Abraham did not see her as, he will not easily go in to her with the advice of his wife. He will have a second thought about it. So when we are doing these things, we should think, and think. It's not as if I'm saying you should not get a maid, no. But wisdom demands that you learn how to manage the situation. You need them to help you. So learn how to manage it. Still give in your time. Still come out to do things. Especially for those that are housewives. You're a housewife and you still have a maid supporting you. Please and please, try as much as possible to give in your best. Give in your best. If you are this type that is out there, you are working, you are busy, you have things that you are doing, also try in between and also give in your best. And when you do that, you will see that your marriage will be peaceful, loving, and you will have a happy home. If you have watched to this stage of this video, do well to subscribe to my channel, like my videos, turn on your subscription button to get first notification whenever I post any new video. Whenever you watch this video to the end, you like, you subscribe, it encourages me to also put out more video there. So please do well to do that. And as you do, God will bless you richly in Jesus' name. Amen. Bye.